This is how liberty dies, with thunderous applause.
Combating Online Infringement and Counterfeits Act. On Monday, Senator Patrick Lockheed D. Vermont introduced a Combating Online Infringement and Counterfeits Act, a bipartisan bill that would allow the Department of Justice a new level of experience in shutting down websites with pirated content. Record labels and other content owners have long wanted a more level playing field for legitimate products and services. This bill appears aimed at more effectively creating just such a playing field. According to the effect, the new bill would break the Internet one domain at a time by requiring domain registrars/registries, ISPs, DNS providers, and others to block Internet users from reaching certain websites that are hosted in the U.S. The bill would also create two Internet blacklists. The first is a list of all the websites hit with a censorship court order from the Attorney General. The second is a blacklist of domain names that the Department of Justice determines, without judicial review, are dedicated to infringing activities. The bill only requires blocking for domains in the first list, but strongly suggests that domains on the second list should be blocked as well by providing legal immunity for Internet intermediaries and DNS operators who decide to block domains on the second blacklist as well. Visitors to blocked sites will see a 400 for error message. If the site is hosted outside the U.S., the Justice Department would approach the registries controlling the top-level .com, .net and .org domains, which are all U.S.-based, where the registry or registrar is not located in the United States. The Act would provide the Attorney General the authority to serve the order on other specified third parties at its discretion, including ISPs, payment processors, and online AV network providers, Leahy said. These third parties are critical to the financial viability of the infringing website's business. The FX said in its story, COICA is a fairly short bill, but it could have a long-standing and dangerous impact on freedom of speech, current Internet architecture, copyright doctrine, foreign policy, and beyond, Jeff said in its story. In 2010, if there's anything we've learned about efforts to rewrite copyright law to target piracy online, it's that they are likely to have unintended consequences. It said the bill probably couldn't give the Attorney General the power to block YouTube, but it could stop the next YouTube. It also pointed out that the bill included poorly directed definitions that threatened fair use online, endangered innovative backup services, and questions about how these new obligations on Internet intermediaries were intended to fit with existing U.S. secondary liability rules and the DMCA copyright safe harbor regime. Richard S. Sparrow wrote on his Effect blog, "Moreover, it seems easy to get on the blacklist. The bill sets up a seemingly streamlined procedure for adding domains, including the McCarthy-like procedure of public snitching, but in contrast, it seems difficult to get off the list, with a cumbersome process to have a blacklisted domain removed. And what do we get in exchange? Not much, if the goal is to actually limit unauthorized copying online. The bill gives the government power to play an endless game of whack-a-mole, blocking one domain after another, but even a relatively unsophisticated technologist can begin to imagine the workarounds, the return to encrypted peer-to-peer, modified /etc/hosts files that don't rely on the domain name system for finding things on the Internet and other tools, which will emerge and ensure that committed pirates have a way to root around the bill's damage to the DNS system.